Everyone, welcome back to the Distortion Principle. Today we're going to be looking at getting a doom metal tone and the way I go about it. I've been chasing tone and recording music since the 90s, so I feel like maybe I have some insight that might help newer or younger players to not waste a lot of money chasing a tone. Now, I am using a Laney AOR for the amp because I feel like to get that doom sound, you're going to need something that has kind of a loose, spongy low end, a lot of headroom, something a little darker, because when you get a bright amp and you're really slamming it, the tight low end, it just kind of starts sounding like ass, really. So we're gonna do a little sound sample here in a minute. I use this LTD, which is in C sharp standard, DiMarzio super distortion in the bridge, and a super 2 in the neck. Now those pickups aren't overly hot, and they're also not overly low output. That's the thing, you don't want something like super output if you're trying to just sludge it up and stoner doom it up. The high output kind of compresses everything and kind of makes it not give you the sound you're going for. So there's that, but the super distortions work really good with it. Maybe get you a low output, medium output pickup in your guitar. If you have a high output pickup, get you something like the Sun Beta leads are coming back out, get one of those. Get a PD Classic. If you want to get a mini JCM 800, get one of those, or the mini JCM vintage Plexi style amp. If you want to spend the rubles, go ahead, get yourself, a green mat amp or a Model T. But in reality, you don't need those two amps. You could get away with something like this. And or if you want something that's newer, that's you don't have to worry about fixing components, maybe get like a DSL 40. DSL 40 can do it. PD Classic, like I said. Anyway, something that's got some headroom, some nice low end that's not super tight, and something you can really slam with it. For the track, I recorded a lot of guitars. I'm not gonna tell you a lie. I did. I recorded a lot of guitars. Or used the Rat kind of as a boost. The gain was almost all the way off, the levels all the way up. That was in one speaker. I used the Priestess, which is a muff style pedal. This is kind of expensive. You don't really need to get something like this. Get yourself a reissue green muff, and same thing, because I turned the muff all the way off and the level almost all the way up. So get your reissue muff for like $100. Good to go. Now here's the wild card. I used the HM2 in both speakers. The muff was in one speaker, the Rat was in the other. This was in both. I like using this to blend in. I think Conan uses it too. Not to like get the Swedish death metal chainsaw tone, but just to kind of get a raspiness, a little nastiness to the low end dark sound that I'm getting from the other stuff. And this gives a nice little bite to it. Blend it in real low. Everything else is pretty solid, equal in volume. Let's go ahead and check out the track real quick. Okay, so the other thing I did to kind of help spread out the mix, give it a little bit more dynamics to the tone, was I used one cab IR and one speaker and one on the other speaker. That way they were different cabs, different sounds. So when the pedals were there, they were different sounds. It kind of made everything spread out. And the left speaker didn't sound like the right speaker, didn't sound like super mono. It was definitely stereo. So if you're trying to get a doom tone and you're watching a lot of videos on YouTube and rig rundowns and you see all this cool stuff, all these boutique pedals, which are great. I'm not going to say they're not. They're cool to have. But if you don't got the money, you don't need to do all that. You don't have to spend $200 on an overdrive, $250 for an overdrive, $250 for a muff clone, $250 for a rat clone. You don't have to do all that. You know, just get you a $60 rat, get you a $100 muff, and you're good to go. Take your amp if you have already got your amp chosen and your guitar. Go to the store, try a couple pedals, you know, try something that you may not try. You know, try a metal muff, try HM2, try the blues driver. The blues driver is cool, you know, you can turn the gain down, turn the level up. Try a DS1. Try whatever you can find in the store to see if you can find your sound. That way you don't spend thousands of dollars on boutique pedals that you may not even enjoy once you get them. Easy to flip, but you may not like them. So basically, yeah, that's really the purpose of this video. Hey, just telling you to go try stuff. Don't worry about what you see on videos. Don't worry about what you see people using. And just chase your own sound. But again, if you're looking for the doom stuff, you want something headroom. You want something with some nice low end that's spongy. Unless you're looking for something like Candlemass and you want a little tighter. Get you a little tighter low end. Get you like a tube screamer or a treble booster. Maybe roll the tone off. No, maybe roll the tone knob off on your guitar and do it that way. I mean, it's basically experiment. Find your own sound, but there's the fast track I gave you to maybe find your sound. Use something like that to get there quicker instead of sinking a lot of money into it, because you don't need a green. You don't need a Model T. You really don't need one of these Laney's, these old ass things, man. They're falling apart. Get yourself a Laney Studio BL, you know, Laney LA30 BL. Get yourself the brand new Sun Beta Leads when they come out. Get yourself a PV Classic. Like I said, just try something. Like, I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope this was kind of useful. I don't know if I really got the point across I was trying to get across. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Anyway, I hope you guys got something from this. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.